the city of New York, Boricua from the Bronx.
Last year, I remember hearing about folks who were struggling due to the inclement weather. This brought back, I guess you can call them some sort of fond memories. Now, I don't call them fond because of the struggle that these folks were going through or the struggles that we were going through back then. I call them fond because it reminds me of how hard my mom worked to take care of our family. We lived in the hood, and this was during the period when landlords were intentionally burning down their own apartment buildings to collect that dough on the insurance. Hell, even in the 80s and 90s, I remember seeing some buildings mysteriously catch fire. So that being said, having repairs done in the home or just your typical general maintenance, it really wasn't a huge priority for landlords or the supers back then. As I think back on my childhood, I cannot remember one single time where I saw one of the building workers come over to fix anything in our apartment. I'm sure they did at some point. I do remember some of their names, and I vaguely remember their faces, but I can't actually recall an instance when they came by to fix anything in our apartment. I can't remember anything at all. So when there was no hot water because la boila was broken, the only option we had was to boil water in the stove for our bath. I mean, it was either that or bathe in ice water. I don't particularly remember taking a bath using the pot, but I remember the water being boiled, and I know that it did happen. In addition to that, we also had to put garbage bags on all the windows to cover up the draft coming in because the insulation in our buildings, it sucked. And as I mentioned before, good luck getting somebody there to help you. It's sort of funny because we do similar stuff now at home because we don't take down the AC. But if it ever got really, really cold or really bad, we just take it down, right? Back then, we didn't have any choice. The windows were sealed shut and that air was coming in. I remember seeing my family bundled up because we didn't have any heat at home. Again, because la boila, the boiler, was broken. And who gives a damn about some poor people living off of welfare in the Bronx? Look at Naisha now. You think things have gotten better? Do they care about people? There's people dying in fires. It really hasn't improved. And we're talking 20, 30 years ago. But we should just be grateful that they gave us any help at all. How dare we? How dare we expect or want some heat too? Jesus Christ, were we some ingrates, eh? I'm being sarcastic. It's pretty messed up that the difficulties that we encountered then are still being encountered by people today. Is it too much to ask for fair and reasonable living conditions? Thanks for listening.
You are listening to the NYC Talking podcast. www.nyctalking.com. Please like NYC Talking on Facebook. Please follow Angel R Talk on Twitter and Instagram. We are NYC Talking, the realest lifestyle blog ever. Thanks for listening.